gosh, and I got fast too, you know. And I know Tony and I we was both fast. We was, we about practically the same, But I took 12 and a half acres berries.
What kind of berries?
Berries, strawberries.
Strawberries?
Strawberries. That's 24 pints.
24 pints.
Mm-hmm. I picked, was it 7 or 8 crates. I went to market that morning, come home.
So you
picked that many yet, besides. I came right home from market. Well, sometimes, we get up about 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
In the morning, yeah.
2 a.m.?
Oh, yeah.
When do you sleep?
The only chance we got a chance to sleep was on a Saturday afternoon. And sometimes, I don't know, I guess I get worked up. I'd lay down for an hour, and we couldn't even go to sleep. But that's the only time we got a chance to go to sleep was Saturday. So we worked, sometimes we went to market every day except on Sundays.
Uh-huh.
And
going to market meant what? You got up at 2 a.m.
Got dressed and went over there, and I think the market would have started at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, about 4, I guess it would be.
So you'd be taking what to the market?
Well, we started out, we had rhubarb at first.
Rhubarb.
Then asparagus. Rhubarb was first, Johnny went together. Then we had strawberries. We had early strawberries. Then we had medium, coming in medium. And then we had late strawberries. Well, late strawberries, then came raspberries. Late strawberries and raspberries kind of come together. Then after raspberries, then we had early blackberries. And after early blackberries, we had the El Dorado, which is a late blackberry. They're big. The early blackberries are small. Well, then by that time we had some beans, and of course then we had tomatoes, and then of course we had a few apples, we had a few pears, but mostly all. And then we had grapes. We had a lot of grapes.
A lot of grapes.
A lot of grapes, yes.
So what time of the year would you start going to market?
Just like I was telling you, grapes, asparagus and rhubarb. Rhubarb comes first.
And what time of the year does it, I'm not sure.
Oh, that'd be in April.
April. And then, what was, apples was about the last thing?
Well, apples, we had very few apples. We had them across the street that we bought the 11 acres. That was, 1922, I think we bought it. I think my dad bought it in 1922 or something like that way. But we had a lot of apples, but we couldn't make too much out of it. So Tony and I, one winter, that's all we did, digging apple trees out. And I said that's a job.
Oh, cutting them down and getting rid of
Well,
them?
you take the roots out, because then we planted strawberries, and we planted raspberries up there,
So when was the tail end of when you would go to market?
Well, I tell you what
month?
The tail end would be, next to the tail end, we would always plant turnips, where we took our strawberries out. After 3 years, we always took a strawberry plant out, because they would always get small by that time. So we take it out, and then he would always plant turnips. But after turnips, we always had pears. And we always had these keeper pears, so we always had to pick them. And we always left them down in the basement, and they always turn yellow, and then that was the last. Well, gosh, you'd go to market in September, October, and it's October. But I tell you, it was cold. I know that one time, boy, I was cold. But that would be the last.
So all during that time, so quite a few months there.
Oh, sure.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 7 out of the 12 months you're going to market. So you're getting up at 2 a.m., leaving for market at around 3?
No, we go to market every time we have to sell. But sometimes we would come home maybe 7, 7:30, 8. It all depends how, we always stayed till we sold out.
7 at night?
No, in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, in the morning.
And where was market at?
The market over in Kansas City, Missouri is
The River City Market,
right
same
there.
place.
Yes. The old market they tore down, but I still went on the new market. That they gave us a stall, and you rented it. You had to pay, rent every month. I think it's April till October. I don't know what that we had to pay. But the first time we got our stall, that's what they used to call them, stalls, that you could back in and, sell and that. My dad bought it from Wilson Calkins, the fellow that he went to California. And they bid against his neighbor, Rahia, what was his name? I think it's not much. So I can't think of it. The Rahia is behind us. So he said, whoever pays for, whoever, if you like auction, whoever, bids the most, that's can have it. So my dad bid, and he had to get up to $600 at that time. That was a lot of money. But that made it nice, because I tell you, if you didn't have a stall, if you go somewhere, and a lot of people, some people wouldn't come that day. You're right, but if he come that day and you stayed in there, you'd have to get out. So this day it made it nice after my dad died, because this way I always had a stall to go to.
Yes, good.
You always had it, but that really made it nice. Well, he had it when he was living too. It made it nice too. But after he passed away, and I went by myself for I don't know how many years, and then of course after I got married, and I got pregnant. Well, I still went.
Still going to market. So you loaded everything up in the wagon and hitched up the horses?
We had the truck.
You had the truck?
Well, I went with my dad with the wagon, yes. With his dad with the wagon, yes, with the horse and wagon. But I remember we went over to the inner city viaduct, and we had this one horse, and he was so crazy in that way and wild. And gosh, he got, my dad stopped at get some beer, and a great big truck came and had tanks on it. Scared the dickens out, and he jumped, and some fellow was standing there, and he was just jumping over the curb, and he grabbed a hold of it, and I scared the dickens out, and I guess he made a lot of noise, because he came running out, and the other people were coming running out.
Grabbing the horse.
Yeah, well, he had this, they had these weights, on it, but he got so scared that didn't,
The weight.
but, and then another time we went on the inner city viaduct, and he turned around and got scared again. My dad couldn't control him, and we ended up on the opposite side of the viaduct and broke the harness. How we got to stop?
Oh
So
my.
he always kept wire. He could wire the harness together. So when we got across the viaduct on the Kansas side, there was that Shivo. It had this horseshoeing and harness and stuff like that. So he stopped there to have it fixed. But he was wild.
So you had one horse on the wagon or two horses?
One for the wagon to go to market. Only one.
Just one.
One. But we had for two horses, we had for hay wagon and hauling stuff at the farm. We had two horses. We always had two horses. Of course, just before my dad died, one of the horses died.
Oh.
And then we had this GMC ton truck, and the gears were not on it before he died. Then he died, and I take all those three things together.
All together. And
what year?
How old were you? What year did he die?
He died in 28.
And so you were.
I was 20 years old, wouldn't it be?
You were 20 years old.
Uh-huh. And we had 10 acres of corn to shuck. And not one piece was shucked before he died.
Oh, wow.
And we had the mom, I, and the hard man. We shucked that 10 acres. And I tell you, your feet would be wet and cold.
Yeah, not just picking corn, but shucking it?
Shuck it, yes. That's the, how you do, take it off the husk.
Yeah. Get all the strings off?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So, what did your dad die of?
Double pneumonia.
Both lungs.
Both lungs. He never had a chance. But the doctor we did have, he said it was his heart. Well, of course, it affected his heart. Then Mom said, well, he wasn't doing any better, so he asked us, Frank Booby, he said, well, that if you knew of anybody else, another doctor. He said, yes, get his doctor. So he had his doctor come out. That was on a Sunday, and he came out on a Sunday, and he said he had double pneumonia, and he died the next day, Monday.
So how did he get pneumonia?
We had a